like, subscribe, and share to Voices of Linden TV.
Welcome to another edition of the Let's Talk Show. I'm your host, Andrew James, and today I'm pleased to have with us in studio via Zoom, Mr. Samuel Wright, Senior Program Manager / Senior Engineer in the field of environmental management. Mr. Wright is also an author and a businessman in the town of Linden. I'm pleased to introduce in studio Mr. Samuel Wright.
Andrew, good evening. It's good to be here. Good to be in the program. For the folks who's listening, hello. This is a great program, and I was honored that I have the opportunity to be on the program, to talk about Linden, talk about myself, and to talk about my magazine. I look forward to this, and thank you for having me.
Welcome aboard, sir. It's so nice to see some good Linden people. Mr. Wright, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Back up in time from the time you were a little boy to now. Just tell us a little bit about who Mr. Wright is.
Samuel Wright, known some friends as Sammy. Some people know me as Butch from way back. I grew up in Manny Street in the center of Linden, of Mackenzie. Went to Mackenzie Primary School, Mackenzie High School, was a teacher for a short while, left to go study. And like a lot of guys at my age or my class, I studied engineering. I have a master's degree in geological engineering. And for 20 or 30 years, I lived in the United States, came back to Guyana a couple of times, but traveled a lot, work-wise and for other reasons. And I have a sense of who I am today as a result of the places I've traveled, the jobs I've done, people who've known me, and people who've challenged me. So this is who Sam Wright is. I'm a Lindener. We normally say that, I'm proud of Linden. And for me, I know Linden, the nooks and the crannies, the creeks, the waterways, the people, and I have a very, very deep appreciation for who we are, what we can do, what we're capable of, and what we are doing. Some wonderful young people, exciting young people, and that brings me a lot of joy and excitement.
Very good. Welcome aboard, sir. It's so nice to talk to you. When you hear the word Linden, Mr. Wright, what comes to mind?
I tell you the truth. When I hear the word Linden, I think of possibilities. If we understand and appreciate, Linden has like the gene pool of Guyana. People in Linden who formed Linden came from every part of Guyana, from Washclose, Lethem, Berbice, Essequibo, Buxton, every place else. A lot of Berbicians in Linden. And we all came together, bringing our skills and our talents. So Linden tells me, when I hear Linden, I think of that dream when folks came to Linden. And I still think the dream is alive. It's a new dream, dreamt by younger people in a different world. But Linden is a very exciting place, and it's still to reach its best. And I look forward to that. I look forward to being a part of being the best of it.
Very nice. Recently, there's big talks all over Linden. This tongue week, I noticed you have a wonderful magazine. It's called The Best of Linden. I think it's all about celebrating the best that Linden has to offer. Through your own lens, Mr. Wright, can you tell us a little bit more about what this magazine is all about, and what was your real motivation and drive into producing this magazine?
Thank you. I can talk about this magazine all day because it's a beautiful magazine. These days there are all kinds of magazines, but this magazine, when you hold it, I'll tell you about the magazine a bit, but when you hold the magazine and you see it, people's response was, "Is that Linden?" That's the first response. Is that Linden? And that is what we want to do. We want to bring people out of the stupor of whatever they used to think about Linden. This magazine will make you think differently. The people we talk about, people you've heard about or seen, but when you read the magazine, it's good writing. The magazine should be happy with good writing. it's good script, good photography. So the magazine tells you about Linden, tells you about ourselves, and it really makes you. What I liken it as, it's just think of a piece of silver that's been tarnished, and you take some polish and you take your time to polish it up. You haven't changed the object, but you make it shine. And what we have done with this magazine is to make Linden shine its natural sheen, and that's what's there. It's a beautiful magazine. It tells you about the people. It tells you about the businesses. And when we didn't, in order to come up with the best, we did a survey. We did an online and a hard copy survey and asked people, tell us, here are these categories. Best school, the best daycare center, the best B&B, who's the best carpenter, the best joiner. So tell us about what, we didn't give them names. And from yourself, just tell us who it is. And people just wrote. And what it did for us, because even as we were doing the magazine, we didn't realize there's so many businesses around. You didn't realize there's so many people are doing so many things. And almost everybody is proud of what they're doing. You know, when you're doing ads, you would say, I want you to put this in the ad. People are excited about their lives, in spite of what we have said overall narrative with Linden. When you get into the details of people's lives, people are excited and they're taking on the challenges, you know, in a very good way. Of course, in any community, there are problems, but I'm happy with what we're doing, what people are saying. And someone will say, well, how do you determine the best? Like I said, we did a survey, but as the writers of the magazine, we take the writer's prerogative, and we selected people, institutions, and that's what the magazine said, celebrating people, places, and institutions. We decided, we took that prerogative and selected a few institutions, people, and places that we think that are transcendent, in this meaning that based on their style, what they do, how they do it, what they produce, almost everyone in Linden would say, that's right, their work being picked, their work being selected. So there's some people like some performers, some gardeners, Watuko House. We have an article written about Watuko House. And when you read the article, suddenly you realize that you didn't think of the Watuko House that way. So we're really giving you a sense of Linden, giving you a sense of who is doing what they're doing. We're giving Linden a view of itself that it's never had before. And we're very, very proud of that.
Well, congratulations on the launch of this magazine. I think it's a great keepsake. For example, I was back in Linden 7 years ago, and I wish I had the magazine at the time, because I think it could be used as a great reference point if you're looking, like you said. For example, I was looking for a bread and breakfast place, and I really didn't know where to go. You want to get, I was there with a friend of mine, a female friend. She wanted to get her nails done. She didn't know where to go.
Exactly.
She want to get her hair done. You want to get a nice massage. I think this can be a good guide for folks, especially when you're returning back to Linden and you're looking for favorable choices. So through my lens, my interpretation of this magazine is like you're actually grading businesses and you're giving them a different star rating.
Yes.
Is that a fair analysis?
That's a fair analysis. And what the Minister of Tourism, she wrote the introduction to the magazine, and I think she captured it. She said the best as selected, it was not for a reward or for a prize, but being the best is an inspiration to others. So if my business as Sam Wright has the best bookstore in Linden, it inspires other bookstore to say, you know what, we think we are good as that, but whatever we need to do, we will be better next year. So it's more for inspiration. We're inspiring each other, challenging each other to be the best we can be, and to show what the best means in Linden. One of the things we're seeing in Linden is the rise of grocery stores. There are different grocery stores, and they are competing among themselves. You can get things like for me, I like angel hair pasta. It wasn't around. I told one of my grocers that I need angel hair pasta, and within a couple of months, he was selling it. That's the kind of responses we have. So Linden is in good hands. A lot of young people are doing a lot of great things, and I think at my age, I accept that I'm going through my last innings, and that's fine. I've lived a full life. But I look around and I see young people full of themselves, trying things, and I wish them well. I really wish them well. But I also would say to them, Linden has opportunity. And with the oil and other stuff, Linden is going to be busting loose. Now, integrity. You have to carry a sense of integrity. You have to be transparent in your deals. You have to be honest. A good product with integrity, transparency, and honesty, you will make it in Linden. Linden is almost, the community is almost begging for folks to come and own it and treat it well and respond in a good way to it. That's what Linden is to me. And that's what the magazine tries to do, is say, here, we've got a good thing here. Let's do well with it.
Very nice. Mr. Wright, do you plan to do this like on an annual print? And if so, can you break it down in, I guess, basic terms in terms of your price point? So I would personally like to know, what's the cost for this magazine for folks in the diaspora? And what's the cost for this magazine for locals in, I guess, the community of Linden and around the country of Guyana?
The magazine, it's our first edition. And as like any business, you're reading the response, you're reading the market, you're reading your clients. So we initially wanted to do one annual edition, but people are asking us, hey, is it going to be more than one? So we're looking at that, but right now it's once a year. But we're developing a website in which the Best of Linden is a brand we want to own. So other than the magazine, we might do other things. We might feature like gardens in Linden, or take different parts of Linden and feature it along on the website that complements the physical magazine. So we once a year for now, but as time goes on, we might do it differently. Also, it's a hard copy, but we expect that somewhere within the next couple of months, it will be online, because it's a digital age. We got to use that. We can't just wait from it. So that's what we plan to do with the magazine. And now in North America, we have a distribution system in North America where you can get the magazine for like $12, and it includes $10 cost plus about $2 or so shipping cost. Anywhere in North America, you can get the magazine. If you go to we have a Facebook page, Best of Linden Facebook page, you can get more information on how to get the magazine. In Linden, you can get the magazine, or in Guyana, for $1,500 Guyana dollars. But it's on sale at Linden Fund Trust in Manny Street. It's on sale at Consumers Co-op right in Republic Avenue. Plug and Play, which is a computer store, you can get it there. And then Joycelyn Benjamin, who's our newspaper seller, and she's right in by the market area. She has it also. So it's available online. You can get it. You can have it sent to you anywhere. Like you said, $10 plus probably $2 postage, and in Guyana it's about $1,500, and we can get it to you.
Very nice. Do you mind share your contact information for folks who want to get in touch with you directly? And if so, do you have a website as well?
We have a website for the magazine, but it's right now in development. But the magazine, Best of Linden Facebook page, it's on Facebook, just Best of Linden. And also you can contact me through my number is 592-694-6350. And I also want to say, while I am the executive editor of the magazine is produced by the Linden Fund Trust. It's an NGO that's been around for 20 years or more, but it's based in Linden, and we're producing the magazine.
Okay, can you plug that number again for me one more time? 694?
694-6350 or 592-444-6350.
Very good. Nicely said. 444-6350. Easy number to remember. Call Mr. Wright directly if you want to get a copy, or you can check Ms. Benjamin and so on, local people around the Linden community to get your book. You know what?
In Georgetown, you can get the magazine at Austin's bookstore.
Okay. I want to commend you on the launch of a good magazine. If you don't mind showing it up, just put it up so folks can get a better look of it, back and front. Yep. Turn it around if possible. Show them. Raise it up a little bit higher.
Yes.
Oh boy, look at the
Great,
print in
great
that.
articles, you know,
Mhm.
well-written articles, great photography, great ads, you know,
Nice,
yes.
nice. This is, you know what, I think this is a fantastic buy. I think folks should be jumping off their seats and buying this. I mean, for $10, it's giving
Yes.
back to the community. And as well, recently someone called me from the States. They were building a home in Guyana and they were looking for a lawyer. They didn't know. They were calling me and asking me, you have a
Exactly.
lawyer, you know, who can build blocks, you know, anyone who's in the business of doing masonry work, you know, a good
Yes.
lawyer. Don't call me. Call Mr. Wright, 444-6350. Get a copy of The Best of Linden and you can see for yourself, and you are welcome to make your own choices. Final question, as you know, we run against time. What advice would you give to young folks in the community of Linden? More so young, I think earlier you said there's a lot of emerging businesses. What advice would you give to young entrepreneurs in the town of Linden?
The advice I'd give them, know your product, really know your product. Remember, your product is not for you, it's for the community, it's for your clients. You got to know your product. Also know your clients. Be responsive to them. Be honest with them, be direct. You know, for example, if you're supposed to deliver something to someone and you can't make it, tell them early enough. If you're having a challenge, say I'm having a challenge. People prefer honesty, direct approach, and transparency. With that, you will make it because there are opportunities in Linden. You know, there are opportunities, and lots of opportunities. Looking for new ideas. As I said to some friends, this is not your father's Linden. It's a new Linden. It's a new place. It's new possibilities, and all the things that were possible are breaking. They're now cracking, and things are coming up. The bauxite industry has shrunk in its importance, but that cleared the way for all kinds of other opportunities. All kinds of opportunities.
Very good, Mr. Wright. I think we'll leave it there. 444-6350 if you need a copy of The Best of Linden. Even if you don't need it, I think you should buy it. Everyone listening to this should just get yourself a copy. Perhaps you can give it to your kids. You can give it to a parent. It's a good keepsake. Give it to somebody so you can showcase the beauty of Linden. Mr. Wright, on behalf of everyone at the Let's Talk show, our executive producer and our director, I want to take this opportunity to thank you very much. And of course, congratulate you on the launch of your magazine. Good luck, keep safe, and I hope you sell a lot of this Best of Linden magazine. Take care.
Thank you.